Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Monday Night Wars. This is week 28 for the WWF side. This is the 155th episode of Raw in its history. It went on the USA Network live from San Bernardino, California. Not live. This was a taping, rather, from San Bernardino, California at the Orange Pavilion. April the 15th, 1996. The ratings were last week for Nitro. Nitro wasn't on last week, so I didn't review the episode. But the last week, Raw scored an amazing record, the highest record in the history of the Monday Night Wars for either side, a 4.7 for WWF RAW last week. By far the highest rating of any show in the Monday Night Wars so far. Nitro wasn't on, and that was the biggest reason for the rating. But it also featured the return of the Ultimate Warrior on Raw. HBK defeated Jerry the King Lawler. Helmsley defeated Duke the Dumpster Droese. Ahmed defeated the British Bulldog in an arm wrestling contest. And Yokozuna defeated Vader. So that was the week I didn't review because I only review the shows that go head to head. That's why this is the Monday Night Wars review. I don't do a week where one of the sides take off. I didn't review the 28th week, so that wasn't the 28th week. The 28th week is this week. I only review them when they go head to head. And this week when they went head to head in the 28th week that they'd done that, this Raw here, it scored a 3.1. So they went from a 4.7 to a 3.1. That's a big drop, but it's not that big when you consider Nitro was back on. What did Nitro score? A 2.8. So Raw still won by a 0.3 count. So now after this week's win, the total scoreboard through 28 weeks is 12 wins for the WWF Raw, 14 wins for Nitro, and 2 draws. So 12, 14, and 2 is Raw's record through 28 weeks of the war. This is the 28th week, not last week because there was only one side. Jerry the King Lawler and Vince McMahon did commentary for this episode that won the week with a 3.1 rating. They opened up with Wildman Mark Merrow with Sable versus Leif Cassidy with Marty Jannetty as they were the new Rockers. Somebody in the front row has a sign that says Leif Cassidy. And they spelled Lee Cassidy. His name is Leif Cassidy, but the sign said Lee Cassidy, and then it said WWF champion in 7 years. Wow, 7 years from 1996. So that's 2003. If only they know there would be 2 championships, and Triple H and Brock Lesnar or Kurt Angle would be the champion, not Lee Cassidy, who was Al Snow and a trainer of Tough Enough at the time. So, not close on that sign, but hey, I mean, it's 1996. You're making a sign, you're making a prediction 7 years ahead. You got to give the guy props for going on a limb there. Because Cassidy was a good wrestler. That's the thing. I think they saw Cassidy as a good wrestler. I don't know if the sign was sarcastic or not, though. That's the thing. It makes me think it's sarcastic by saying he's WWF champion material. Cassidy with a big clothesline and a snapmare followed by a dropkick. A somersault plancha as Cassidy drops over to the top rope to the floor against Wildman Mark Merrow, who has Sable by his side for the first time officially on Raw. Sable was in his corner the last time, but like not officially. She was in the front row, and Helmsley was trying to get her back as his valet, saying, "What do you see in this Mark Merrow?" But her real life husband at the time. Merrow chops at Leaf with several reversals into the corner, a back body drop, and Merrow gets on top of the sunset flip and wins the match at a TV time of 6:51, not counting commercials. With commercials, it would have been longer. It would have been a 9 or 10 minute match, but at 6:51 of TV time, Merrow, with a sunset flip off the top, defeats Leif Cassidy. That was his finisher before the Wild thing happened. It was a 450 splash variant was the Wild thing, but the sunset flip was a basic sunset flip from the corner off the top ropes, cradling the guy into a pinning combination. 2.5 stars for that opener. McMahon talked to Diesel next. Diesel says, "Come on, Vince. All I was trying to do was knock sense into Shawn Michaels when he hit him with the chair at the house show about a few weeks ago, and they showed that clip of Diesel swinging a chair at Shawn Michaels. Diesel explains his actions from the week before when he knocked HBK with the title belt. Diesel says no man can beat him in a no-holds-barred match like the one at In Your House. So basically, he's justifying his actions against Shawn Michaels as Shawn deserves it. He should have seen it coming. Bart Gunn versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is the second time Stone Cold Steve Austin's been out there with the ring name Stone Cold Steve Austin. He still comes out with the $1 million entrance theme. Not the money, but just a ringmaster entrance theme. Still wearing the $1 million belt. His head is shaved bald now, so he's turning more and more to the cool Austin that we all know. Bart Gunn and Austin used this match with a catch-as-catch-can style. They started out with a good chain wrestling sequence. They went back and forth between the head scissors and the side headlock takeover. into arm wringers and a test of strength. Austin dropped the double axe on Bart Gunn and reverse chinlock. Austin held it on Bart. Eventually, he got out when he did some momentum. Austin uses Bart's momentum to take him out of the ropes to the floor. Bart comes back in, and he's a southpaw with all these lefts to Austin with a back body drop to Stone Cold. Bart Gunn kicked in the midsection with a running bulldog and a near fall by Bart. Stone Cold is rolled up, and Austin kicks out. Austin then chops to the chest of Bart Gunn. Austin rolled up with a small package, and Stone Cold got out of it. Stone Cold off the ropes nearing the end, caught in a sleeper hold by Bart. Austin then hit a modified stunner, a jawbreaker to get out of the sleeper, and then applied one of his own. In the end, Austin defeated Bart Gunn at 8:44, not counting commercials. With commercials, it probably went around 11 minutes. But TV time of 8:44, Austin made Bart Gunn three different tests of if he's conscious or not. And the third one, they dropped it. So he won by submission at 8:44 of TV time. Surprisingly, a 3-star match. I didn't think Bart was going to be getting much 3-star matches. But yeah, it was Stone Cold, at least in 1996. They put on a good one. Jim Cornette with Vader, and he didn't have to wear a black shirt this time. So I guess Vader can wear his outfit. McMahon, I guess, is letting him do that after a few months of wearing a black shirt. Cornette talks about how Vader took out Gorilla Monsoon, and this week he's going to take out anyone who comes in his way. McMahon says that Vader meets the bad guy, Razor Ramon, at In Your House. Vince says Ramon is the only 4-time IC champion, and Cornette says Razor Ramon may not soon exist in the World Wrestling Federation. I think Cornette had a crystal ball. It's only a matter of time before that Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, appears in WCW at any week now, and that's when Nitro's ratings just completely go from the 2s to the mid-3, high 3s and 4s, right when the NWO starts. That's coming very soon. It's getting exciting. Scott Hall and does Cornette have a crystal ball? Maybe he knew about the contract talks, because I believe that's Razor Ramon's last ever appearance in Your House. Good friends, better enemies, when he takes on Vader. Next, we got the Sunny video, I Know You Want Me. You know that video. She's got a video package by popular demand, McMahon says. And then they show clips of Bret Hart from Germany talking about his bitter loss to Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 12. The main event was Savio, Vega, and Goldust for the Intercontinental title. Marlena with Goldust. He licked the title. Then he put his hands on Vega's chest, caressing him. Then he rubbed his backside into Savio's groin in the corner while Marlena laughs. A lot of sexual innuendos in this one. Goldust put his IC title on the line. A match turned serious with a sidewalk slam and a snapmare by Vega. An elbow to the sternum area. Savio Vega then spanks Goldust. Weird. He chopped away at the corner. Goldust grabbed a microphone mid-match and said, "If each of you don't shut your mouths right now, I will kiss each and every one of you." Imagine that today. 4 sexual threats to the crowd. Amazing. Sunset flip. Almost a 3 count by Vega. Marlena throws, the referee was distracted, so Marlena throws the IC title in for Goldust to use, but Vega uses it on Goldust. Savio Vega pins Goldust to become the new Intercontinental Champion. Moments thereafter, another referee disputed the call, and then Gorilla Monsoon came out and vacated the title and said these two will compete in a match next week for the IC title that's vacant. Gave the match 2 stars and 3/4. Show closed with McMahon hyping next week's show with Vader on Raw. Then they show exclusive interviews with Bret talking about how the Iron Man match was a 2-minute match, not a 60-minute match. And it's the challenger's job to beat the champion, not the champion to beat the challenger. He's got a point there. The episode I rated Raw a 7 out of 10 because we had the Bret and Diesel interviews, Sonny's famous music video, a great Cassidy Miro match, a great Austin Bart Gunn match, and a great Savio Vega Goldust match. And it's not very often you get great matches for all 3 matches on Raw. So again, it's rare to see that. That's why I gave it a 7 out of 10. For an hour episode, that's with the quality that it had, the stars they had, out of 10, that's the way I'm ranking it. I'm not comparing it to, say, an Attitude Era Raw. I'm just comparing it to what other hour episodes would be like. And since they put 3 great matches on, I gave it a 7 out of 10. And the TV ratings, again, they beat Nitro. They got a 3.1 to Nitro's 2.8, so a 0.3 rating, and they kept some of that momentum after their giant 4.7 rating the week before. So through 28 weeks, again, Raw has 12 wins, 14 losses, and 2 draws. Nitro's just a little bit ahead, but Raw's been winning lately, so we'll see if that trend continues next week. I'm Brett Mix. Hit like and subscribe if you like these videos. Stay up to date with the history of wrestling on this channel. And thank you to everyone who is subscribing and following along. We'll see you on the next one. I'm Brett Mix, and I'm out.